But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. It's called self-love.
Hey, squad. It's Monday morning, Monday afternoon to be exact, 1:27 p.m. You're 53 degrees in Philadelphia, PA. You're, what's the date? November 25th, you know what it is. Dying, it's almost Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of thanks, I'm gonna be thankful for waking up this morning, being in my right state of mind, being able to be true with myself and be honest with myself. And one thing I want to be honest about today is the fact that I need to let go of some extra baggage, letting go of extra weight that maybe hold me back spiritually, letting go of additional people in my life that have served their purpose already, letting go of anything that doesn't uplift me and help me advance further in life. For me, I want to let go of anything or anybody that doesn't fulfill me or doesn't intertwine with where I'm headed and doesn't help me get there, right? I feel like in the past, I feel like I've definitely dealt with some people who have taught me exactly what not to do, right? Because sometimes people come into your life as a lesson and sometimes as a blessing. Sometimes people come into your life and they'll do things and you'll be like, okay, I know exactly not to do that, so I'm going to go this way, right? And if this way is the one way, then I'm going that way, right? And they make it pretty obvious. Sometimes it's difficult to deal with because of the emotions behind some of the things that we have to endure from the experiences that go along with people teaching us what not to do. But it overall helps us and shapes us with direction and navigating our way through life, right? And they say bad association spoils the most useful of habits. So you want to be careful. And to be honest, I actually just learned that term and learned that phrase, right? So I'm trying to apply that to my life, and I feel like that goes hand in hand with me letting go, right? Because some people that I've dealt with in the past, I feel like are so different from who I am and so different from where I'm going, and they don't really go hand in hand with helping me to become the best version of myself, right? And I feel like this is the price that I end up paying for being so non-judgmental, right? I love being non-judgmental, and I love accepting people for who they are. I love learning from people. I love appreciating people in their true nature, right? And understanding about them and learning from them. But at the same time, I don't think some of the people I've associated with in the recent past go hand in hand with help me to get where I'm going, So, one must ask themselves, what do I need to let go with, right? Who do I want to be, right? Where am I headed, right? And who do I want to be remembered as? What do I value, right? And when you have an understanding and when you start answering those questions, then you can say to yourself, okay, what is to help me get there and what is hurting me, right? What's assisting me and what's depriving me, right? So when you understand the two and you have a pro and a con column, and then you understand and you start answering some of these questions, you find direction for your life, but you just have to act on it, right? And that's where I'm at, right? So that's why I share with you all where I'm trying to let go with, right? Because it's more so people I'm trying to let go from, and it's also bad habits, right? In life, we all are becoming better versions of ourselves, or at least should be trying to, right? And I feel like we all should have some type of understanding of where we're headed and where we're going. And, we may not know how we're going to get there, but we have a strong understanding of where we're going and what the destination is or where the destination is, right? And how the destination looks, right? So with that being said, it's almost like driving in a car, right? If you're driving in a car, you're not just driving around floating, just driving around with an unknown destination, right? You more so have an understanding of where you're going in your head, or you have the GPS coordinates, right? So you know that, okay, I'm going to make a turn right there. I want to go straight right there. I'm going to make a left right there. I'm going to make a right up there, right? And you have an understanding of where you're going, right? That's the same thing as like following your heart, right? You want to follow the directions of your heart and where you're headed and understand where you're going. So all in all, to be honest, I feel like it's time to become the best versions of ourselves, right? It's time to start acting on the things that we know and recognize and the things we realize about ourselves. So for me, I'm letting go of bad habits, right? I've been deleting things on my phone, right, that may remind me of my past, may remind me of things that I used to do, may remind me of things that I held on to. If it be people, if it be experiences, if it be memories. And I'm just letting go, right? I'm flushing it out of my system and I'm flushing down the toilet, literally, right? And it's not that it's trash or it's toxic waste, but, you know, it is not useful to helping us become a better version of ourselves. So essentially, it is trash, right? The memories I had and I've created weren't trash, but they're not helping me get into where I want to go. I'm a person that loves honesty, I love transparency, and I love working on myself, right? So, you know, I don't work on myself just for no reason, right? When I work on myself, I realize that I attract better people. I attract the things that I want and desire out of life to me much easier. But at the same token, I do it for me because it's fulfilling, right? Like it's like I'm my overall best project, right? And I have the luxury of not having any children or not having many responsibilities. So I have a lot of time, freedom to be able to work on myself differently from other people. And I try to take full advantage of that. And to be honest, I like being very truthful with myself. So when I'm truthful with myself and I'm thinking about, okay, why is it difficult for me to let go? Why do I tend to hold on to things? I realize I've been neglected as a child in certain areas. And I don't like the feeling of neglecting others. So I tend to do the opposite of neglecting, you know, but sometimes it's detrimental. So, you know, I realize that behavior can always be explained, right? Sometimes I may behave a certain way with certain things because of different experiences I've been through, right? So, you know, our childhood shapes us with who we end up becoming and being in our overall lives. But I realize that I don't have to stay a certain way. All it takes is awareness. All it takes is consciousness. All it takes is mindfulness. And all it takes is just a thought and me realizing, recognizing that, oh, I'm doing this, but I could be doing better. And I behave this way because of X, Y, and Z that I've been through. Okay, now let me, you know, retract and restart, reset, and then do ABC. And I can get differently out of my life, right? I don't have to keep doing the same thing. You know, if you want different results for your life, you must do different to see different. You must behave different in order to attract different, you know? And here's one of the last things I want to say. All right, now listen. I understand that change can be uncomfortable, right? Change can be discomforting. It can be awkward. And overall, it's uncontrolled, right? So we're very accustomed to what we're accustomed to. You know, we're creatures of habit. So I realize that, and I realize that if I want to be a better version of myself, and I want to do better, and I want to attract better, and I want to live better, you know, I want to experience better, because I want to experience the best things out of life. I want to experience the greatest people, the most loving people, the most funniest people, the most beautiful people, right? The most beautiful places, the most luxurious items and vehicles and, you know, all type of gadgets and things. You know, I just want to live a luxurious life in every sense of the word luxury. So it's time to let go. You hear me? A L is only a loss if you don't learn from it, right? So learn from the things that you've done wrong. Acknowledge what you need to so you can change and conform into who you want to become, into who you're destined to be, and just take off. Trust the universe. Trust your gut feeling. Trust your heart. Trust your intuition. Trust that you deserve better, right? If you desire more, then you deserve more, right? But it's all about what you do, right? You must act on it. If you sit there and you know that you want more, but you complain about the way things are going, but you don't do anything to change what's going on, then you are going to be a person that is suffering from what's going on. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, do not suffer. It's time to succeed. Gang.
But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. But it start with yourself, that's called self-love.